Do you like a good horror movie with extraterrestrial flavor and a tinge of Lovecraft? Do you also have a thing for practical special effects, ghastly dismemberments, fountains of fake blood, and a lot of camp? If you checked all of those boxes, Amazon Prime Video just added a flick available for rental that you need to watch immediately. It's called Psycho Goreman, and it's unlike any horror comedy movie you've ever seen. That last statement remains true even if you're familiar with filmmaker Steven Kostanski, co-director of 2016's The Void, or with any of the similarly offbeat productions from B-movie genre powerhouse Raven Banner Entertainment. As far as those films push the cinematic limits of good taste, Psycho Goreman ups the ante in ways few films not set in Tromaville would ever dare. It will come as little surprise that Kostanski indeed has ties to Troma, having worked with the infamous production house on several past projects, including 2011's riotous Father's Day. Psycho Goreman is just the director's second solo feature, however, with much of his previous work having been with the Astron 6 Collective. And after his Gonzo 2018 Fright Fest Leprechaun returns, it's safe to assume that Kostanski is categorically incapable of holding back when it comes to pushing boundaries. If you want to see exactly how far Steven Kostanski goes in Psycho Goreman, one look at the film's trailer will be enough to prove it's a must-see for the horror comedy set. The movie is a positively unhinged adventure about a preteen girl who, along with her brother, uses a magical gem to resurrect an ancient alien overlord capable of destroying the universe. Initially, they use the creature in service of their own childish whims, but that changes when intergalactic assassins come to town, and well, the less said about that madness, the better. Just know Psycho Goreman is the very definition of a film that has to be seen to be believed. Even still, many who have seen Psycho Goreman are having trouble believing the film's brazenly over-the-top action, and they've taken to Reddit to discuss the insanity. Poster Occupy Elm Street kicked things off by lovingly hailing Psycho Goreman as, quote, one of the most absurd horror comedies out there.
It's nice meeting you.
It would be nicer if you were dead.
Alright, bye.
Cash McLean on Reddit backed the enthusiastic sentiment, proclaiming, "I've been laughing about it for 2 days straight." The praise continued, with user Wolfsblood AD adding, "This instantly turned into one of my new favorite movies. I loved it so much. It isn't just the bonkers tone of Psycho Goreman that's drawing raves and online discussion. There's plenty of enthusiasm for the movie's particular technical merits too. In fact, those rubber monster vibes of more than one commenter making a fairly apt comparison by calling the movie Power Rangers for adults. Of course, as one might assume from the title, there's also so much gore that it's basically impossible to discuss the movie without the conversation circling back to that point again and again. And if Reddit reviews aren't enough to convince you, you might be intrigued to learn that professional critics have been showing Psycho Goreman some love too. The Splatterfest currently holds a certified fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes, with the review aggregator's consensus stating that it, quote, delivers all the cheesy midnight movie goodness promised by its title. Clearly, Psycho Goreman comes with more than a few hearty recommendations. Of course, it doesn't come without a warning, as Occupy Elm Street writes in their initial Reddit post, "Of all the films I've seen in my lifetime, this one takes the cake for not for everybody." But if you want to see whether it lives up to the hype, you'll have to drop $6.99 to find out, as the film is currently only available to rent. You'll just have to trust that for the right sort of viewer, Psycho Goreman is more than worth that paltry sum. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite movies and TV shows are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.